story is fucking crazy. I don't know why he's being shy right now, but his
I look
story.
forward to reading it, man.
Yeah.
He's not going to sell it. I am. It's a fucking great.
Okay, go ahead with your question, Sally.
Yeah, so this whole time thing, I have had so many conversations about this, and one of the really unique framings that like switched something fundamentally in my brain was like, so for starters, I think all of you guys are also right in the way you're talking about why time changes, or your perception of time changes over time. But something really interesting that I heard and thought about, and did a little bit of math around, was like when you're a 5-year-old, the next year of your life is roughly 20% of your entire life. A summer that happens feels like an eternity. But when you're 20, like the same year of your life is now 5% of your total life. So a smaller chunk of the overall time you've experienced there. When you're 50, it's 2% of your life. So even though it's the same fundamental year, as a percentage of the total experiences you've had, it feels like 10x shorter than the year when you were 5. So when you go back and think of like, okay, like it felt so much more um, formative those earlier years. That's part of the reason why some of the memories you have in those early years also uh, have a little more resonance later in your life, in my opinion. There's a lot of other reasons too, but I've just when I started thinking about that and doing some math around that, it kind of made you realize just how important it is to be present in what you have now, because every year is going to get progressively faster and faster and faster. I always thought that was incredibly interesting. I'd love to hear what you guys think of that.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, framed a different way. Um, I remember talking to a guy, and sometimes when I'm getting ready to do something stupid, well, I shouldn't say stupid, just significant, I'll go around and ask people, or I'll phrase questions like, um, and anyway, this younger guy, he was younger than me. He made a comment to me. He said, "Hey Gary, have you ever paid too much for a great adventure?" And when I don't actually like this guy. Okay, I don't trust him, but that one question was like, wow, I have never ever paid too much for a great adventure. And no one else can say they have it either. No one else on the planet can say, I paid too much for a great adventure. The great part's up, right? The key, the operative word. And that tells you everything you need to know about time, man. To me, it's the adventures. Like those are the things that I remember and hold on to. I mean, I could literally tell 1,000 stories here about shit that happened. And the more you like their memory, that's all you're gonna walk, dude. All the Bitcoin, it's the memories. The memories are what like the most important things that ever happened to me in my life. Or people calling me up 5 or 6, 8, 10, 12 years later, going, "Hey, man, you really helped me. You said something to me back in 2000." Who cares how much Bitcoin I have? That to me is what everyone should strive for, and you'll end up with like great respect from other people. Um,
I think
but
what's
it may not be the adulation day in and day out that people like. I mean, you can't be a celebrity and a public figure wanting follows. I have no clue how many followers I have. Like I don't do it. Like it's easy to get off track. Whether it's a salary or a follow or a like or a anyway. Going on too long.
yeah, the
I'd love
numbers
to add
essentially
something to
are
that.
arbitrary, right? And I was going to connect that quick back with what Michael was talking about with presence, was like those adventures that you've had, those like deep core memories. I think probably a lot of that is because in those moments you were like absolutely fully aware and present and just enjoying every ounce of that moment. Is that, would you say that's an accurate assessment, Michael? Or Holly for that matter too?
He's busy. He's busy reading his book.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed the
Presence,
question. I'm doing some dad stuff over here. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, no
yeah,
worries.
presence is crucial. And the more you concentrate on presence and being present, the more spaciousness you can create in your life. I mean, at this point in my life, I'm really more concerned with have not being busy, and I've eliminated a lot of shit in my life these days, and I've created spaciousness that allows me to be in presence. Um, and to me, the most important thing right now is not stuff, it's not money, it's not accumulating things. I'm so done with accumulating stuff, couldn't care less. It's relationships and experiences, just like Gary was talking about. Incredible experiences, that's worth everything. And that and relationships are what I really focus on and care about these days.
Wow. All right, let's go to David. David, you've been waiting patiently. What do you have for Mr. Gary Cardone?
What's up, Bitcoin Army and Mr. Gary, one of my favorite people. As it relates to time, Petro and Michael really nailed it. And just to add to it, it's relative, and to me, it's relative to action. Someone said the cure to anxiety is action. So you can't put a price on experience except for the time that we pay for it, right? So it's really relative. Um, and as it relates to aging and experience, wisdom, I mean, we all have our ages and our age groups, but ultimately, I think it's, and I want to get Gary's take. It's how, how, if you have a lead foot or not, right? How fast are you accelerating? How many battle scars? How many times have you fallen, gotten back up? I know, Gary, you mentioned, markets and market cycles. That has a lot to do with it as well. Um, so, and I've had a lot of mentors in my life, and all the mentors in my life are boomers. And I consider Gary and Darkside, some of my mentors, as well as some of the other people here in this space. Um,
David,
and
I want to be your mentor, bro. I'm Gen X.
yeah, man, I mean, I look up to every man because there's something that they don't know, that, you know what I mean? There's something that I can learn from them. That's kind of the way I see life. But Gary, I've grown a lot from really listening to you and your authenticity, and really from I Am on Sundays. I'm sure you've seen me there, but I'd love for you to tell the group, um, you know, what inspired you to do that, and what that's doing for you, and what your mission is. I think everyone needs to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. Wow. Um, so I I started. I first started doing some video and recording on Bitcoin and stuff like this, and I met a bunch of people that were like, "Hey, Gary, we can get you advertisers." And I was doing a lot of video stuff. I mean, the amount of people that wanted me to go do TikTok every day, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" I mean, I had all these people. The amount of money I could have made just, and everybody was wanting me to do the advertising stuff. I hired 3 or 4 teams, and one, I don't think it's sustainable that you can do this. Hey, we're going to talk about Bitcoin on media, and it's going to get boring. Most certainly, I will get bored with it. Uh, but the more I started doing it, um, just the stuff on the financial stuff. The night I decided to do the IM thing on Sunday, it was very clear to me. I was painting one night. For those you don't haven't not heard the story, but one Saturday night, and I was being critical of not having any places to go to. Like I see a little. I'm a little different than Holly. Um, I have been hunting since I was 16. Hunting. I mean, hunting for my place, and I never had any time for people. Really, not really. Um, but I never really had any time just for myself either. See, that's the phenomenal thing. And I think actually I did the people thing right, because I've learned from corporations, and maybe this is just me, but I think I've left most of those corporations in a very different position than most of the people that I work with and grew up with. Um, they're not your friends. Okay, just like after you get to be about 28 years old, all the people that you grew up with in school and your family, like if you're living your life, you're not really interacting with any of those people anymore. Your world just moved on. So I think this, like I had to realize that corporations were not going to make me friends, even if they were on my team, because once they sell their stock, dude, they're done. Once I sell my stock, I'm done. So I don't never really found a place to get great relationships from that. But and this is the challenge for the young people is that uh, you're so busy conquering that it's hard to take time out. You know, it's hard to take time out and self reflect and do any of this stuff. I think as you get older, it becomes well and wealthier. Like, hey, look, let me tell you, okay, may not be doing this with if I didn't have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is most certainly giving me the gold fucking finger. I always had the damn gold finger, but like I tell you what, the best compliment I got one night on a Spaces was a man sent me a direct message, said, bro, if Bitcoin ever gets to be worth $1 million, you are going to be fucking dangerous. And I just thought that was such an awesome compliment, which, by the way, is my theory, by the way, is why I love Bitcoin. Get so super fucking rich, okay? You can influence the fucking future of everything because, like, I will be able to communicate with that crowd
Mm.
for sure, dude. And so should you guys, okay? Like, this is a once in a century event. This is a gladiator warrior fucking deal, dude. This is take it all. Caesar
Mm.
fucking go after it, bro.
Damn.
Legacy shit. The seesaw that you used to play on with a
Mm-hmm.
kid,
Mm-hmm.
bro. That's happening in finance right now. Just are you going to be at the very top of the fucking seesaw, or are you going to
Mm-hmm.
be rejected? I see Dark Side in there. He knows what I'm talking about.
He knows what you're talking about. But wait, Dark Side.